Hello everyone, we have made a web app which is web scraper using AWS, Flask and MongoDB, and here are our team members. And what is about our project? It is basically a web app where user can find the reviews written by other consumers of this product which is searched by the user. User can see the best price offered of the product on the selling website, which is in case we have used the Flipkart website, and along with various discounts and on the product or the company or the keyword which the user has searched. A pie chart is also available for the rating, basically from 1 to 5 for the better understanding of the user. Also, we have made a database for maintaining a cache that will store the previous result for a particular keyword. It is basically a key value pair where the key will be the product searched by the user and the value will be the all the result which is fetched from the Flipkart website HTML pages. It is stored in the database using with the help of MongoDB. And now to accomplish our project, what tech stack we have used is basically the front end for HTML and CSS, and for backend Python, Flask and MongoDB. And for AWS services, it is basically EC2, and software used for SSH connection were WinSCP and PuTTY. And now, cloud computing is something which is delivery of online services to the users. With the help of this cloud computing, storing data on local machines is not required anymore. It helps you access data from a remote server. So what we have used is the AWS Amazon Web Services, which is an online platform that provides scalable and cost-effective cloud computing solutions. AWS is broadly adopted cloud platform that offers several on-demand operations like compute powers, database storage, content delivery, etc. to help corporates scale and grow. So many companies like Netflix, Intuit, Coinbase, Adobe, Airbnb uses AWS to develop and deploy and host applications. And now let's come to a part why AWS. AWS is easy to use. It is designed to allow application providers and vendors to quickly and securely host your applications, whether an existing application or a new SaaS-based application. It is also flexible. AWS enables you to select the operating system, programming language, a web application platform, database, and other services that you need. It is also, which is very important, cost effective. You pay only the computing power, storage, and other resources you use with no long term contracts or upfront commitments. It is mostly reliable. With AWS, we take the advantage of a scalable, reliable, and a secure global computing infrastructure. And it is highly scalable and high performance. Using AWS tool, auto scaling and elastic load balancing, the applications can scale up or down based on the demand. It is highly secured. AWS utilizes an end-to-end approach to secure and harden our infrastructure, including physical operation and software measures. Now, what basically makes AWS more secure? Let's see the security part in AWS. AWS provides services that helps you protect your data, account, and workload from unauthorized access. AWS data protection services provide encryption and key management and threat detection that continuously monitors and protect your account and workloads. AWS Identify service enables you to securely manage identities, resources, and permissions at a scale. AWS gives you a comprehensive view of your compliance status and continuously monitors your environment using automated compliance checks. Network and application protection services enable you to enforce fine-grained security policy at network control points across your organization.
So my name is Grahit Dhanani and I will continuing these slides further. So let's talk about Amazon EC2, Amazon Elastic Cloud Compute. It is a web service that provides computational capacity through the cloud. It does not require any sort of exclusive hardware units. It is highly scalable. Enterprises can use this to increase capacity within minutes. They can commission thousands of server instances simultaneously. Even more, all these server instances are handled by the web services APIs, which can scale up the servers up and down depending on the requirements. It's based on policy pay for what you use. Next thing, these are completely secure and can be accessed from anywhere. The compute instances are located in virtual private cloud in a specific IP range. This specific function helps the user in deciding which instances they are exposed to the internet and which will remains the private. So one can have a root access to each instance, and they can interact with them and with any sort of machine. Let's move further. So, as we all know, Amazon AWS EC2 is connecting the instance. It means it provides us a server like Ubuntu, something like a virtual machine. So, to connect that machine and to deploy our code, we need to connect the server, and for that, we need to understand about SSH. SSH is a secure shell. It is a network communication protocol that enables computers to communicate in encrypted manner. So it is highly suitable for insecure network because the manner of communication is encrypted. In this project, we have used PuTTY and WinScape to connect to our server to run our website. Let's move forward. So what is PuTTY and WinSCP? WinSCP is a free and open source file transfer protocol, and it is secure copy protocol client for Microsoft Windows. Its main function is to file transfer between a local and a remote computer. Beyond this, WinScape offers scripting and basic file management functionality. Let's talk about PuTTY. PuTTY is a free and open source terminal emulator, serial console, and the network file transfer application. It means that PuTTY is very useful to access an account on Unix or any other multi-user system from a PC itself. Okay, so let's talk about the database we have used in this project. It is MongoDB. MongoDB is one of the most popular and widely used database anywhere in the world. So why it is used? Because it's an open source NoSQL database and it is written in C++. It is document oriented database which stores data in form of JSON documents. Like as you can see, the name is Sue, age is 26, status is A. So everything is mentioned in the field itself, and every data instance does not relate to other. It does not like it is very different from our old school relational database management, like in MySQL. It means and in MongoDB you can store the records without worrying about the data structure and the number of fields to store the values. MongoDB's documents are similar to the JSON objects, as you can see here. Okay, so if we have used Flask. Flask is a micro-web framework that is written in Python. It is used to develop the web application, as we all know. It is small and easy to extend as a core, and it does not require any object relational management. So why we use Flask? Flask because it is more explicit than Django's framework, and it is also easier to learn because it has less code base to implement.
So, hello everyone. This is Harsha Singhal. Since our project is based on extracting the reviews from the web, we need a way to extract the data from the web. For that, we can use a web scraping. Web scraping, also known as web harvesting or web data extraction, is a data scraping used for extracting the data from the website. Since we are using the Python as a language to build our web application, we have to use Beautiful Soup for the purpose for extracting the data from the web. Beautiful Soup is a Python library for pulling the data out from the HTML and XML file. It works with your favorite parser to provide an automatic way of navigating and searching and modifying the parse tree. It commonly saves programmers hours or day of work. Now the question arises how Beautiful Soap is useful to us and how it saves the hours and days of the work. Since an HTML file can be considered as a big string of character, we can manually write the code for extracting the things we need by writing the bunch of regular expression. But we all know that it is very hectic and tedious task to do. Here comes Beautiful Soap. It actually creates a parse tree of parse pages that can be used to extract data from HTML, which is useful for web scraping. So when we load the HTML file into the Beautiful Soap, Beautiful soap gives us a beautiful soap object which represent the document that is HTML file in a nested data structure. Since it is a data structure, we can access a different data from document by just navigating over it. That is, we can ask for title, tags, etc. By just treating them as an instance variable of an object that beautiful soap gives to us. So let us come to the installation part. The installation of the beautiful soap is fairly simple. We just need to pip install it by the following command. Beautiful soap supports the HTML parser that includes the Python that is supports the HTML parser that includes the Python standard library, but it supports also a number of third-party parser Python library, the Python parser. One of them is LXML parser. Another alternative is a pure Python HTML5 lib parser, which parses HTML the way a web browser does. So here is a small example for us to better understand the syntax of the beautiful soap. So let us go line by line and understand how the beautiful soap works. In first line, it's fairly simple, and we are importing the beautiful soap 4. Here 4 is just a version of beautiful soap, and we can also use different version of the beautiful soap. In the next line, we are opening an HTML file named index.html. We can also access the actual HTML file from the web using the request library. Then we need to pass the beautiful soap, which gives us an pass that file into the beautiful soap, which gives us an object on which we can navigate we can navigate on the data structure. So like in the code, we are looping over all the A tags and printing the link of the every tag. One thing you should note is that as, we can only use this. Beautiful soap is only able to parse the static web pages. We cannot parse the dynamic web pages, which are constantly changing over a period of time. And so now let's talk about the workflow of the system. That is how the system handles the query by the user. First of all, the user visits our website and they type the product or anything he or she wants to see the review of. It can be mobile to clothes to anything he wants to search. Then the search string will create a get request to the server. So as soon as the server gets the search string, it will try to locate the string in the database that we have maintained, where all the reviews of the product are listed, which is a MongoDB database by the way. If the search is in the database is successful, that is the product we are the product user want to see the review of is already exists in the database, then there is no need to search for the web for the reviews. So as it takes a lot of time and power to do so, the stored reviews are displayed to the user screen. So if what if the reviews are not available in the database? In that which is the case where first time we are running the website when the database is empty. So we need to use web scraping to extract the reviews from the Flipkart of that product. The extracted review are then being cleaned and being analyzed and build the statistics, take the statistics of it and save them in the database as a key value pair for the further use and display it to the user screen. So user will also get to see the best price available for the product and how much the discount is available and various other information through the tables, different tables. User can also see user can also see what all ratings are provided by the previous buyer of the product through the pie chart. One thing we can also add is the sentiment analysis of the reviews, which are the good reviews and which are the bad reviews, right? And this can be the further work of the website. Like it can also automatically suggest that you should buy this item or not. So now let's see the demo part of the application.
Hello, myself Rayansh. In the application demo of the web scraper using on AWS, so the project is basically divided into two parts. First, the coding development part, and second, deployment on AWS. So first, let's see the coding development part. So in this, when a user searches string, let's suppose it search in Samsung phone. So what a code will do, it will parse it. It will just concatenate it with the Flipkart URL, and then it will read that HTML page. And so what we have to do in the project is we have to take out all the review comments of the particular product which the user has searched. So what it will do, it will just take out the HTML page, and then it will search the particular class and then store all the comments in one variable. And we have also, there is also one functionality, we have used a database. So what it does is it store all the review comments. Suppose we have taken like 500 comments, and it will store all 500 comments as a value of the key of that search string which user has searched, and store that in the database. So how it will help? So suppose if the next time user again search Samsung Samsung phones, so the code will first check that whether the Samsung phone key value is present in a database or not. If it is already present, it would directly show the result. It would directly display the result on the site, and if it is not present in the database, it will scrape the data by following this procedure. And so first of all, in the code, we just connect with the database, and then we just check if that search search product is present in database or not. So this is all this in what we have coded in this application part, and there are also some functionalities like we are drawing the pie chart of all the ratings of the customers, and obviously some functionalities like what will be the discount on the particular product and all that. And we have used the Flask as in backend, and we have created some HTML pages that will load in the Flask. So now let's see the AWS deployment part. So in AWS, we have used an EC2 instance to deploy our code. So what EC2 instance will do, it will provide us a server. It will provide us a server. In this case, we have used an Ubuntu server so that we can deploy our code on that. But as we know, the EC2 instance will only provide a server, and we have to connect it within a local system so that we can access that server. So for that, I have created an EC2 instance of an Ubuntu server. So if we have to connect, first we have to start it. So for connecting to an EC2 instance, what we have done is we have just when we are creating an instance, we downloaded the .pp key, like key value pair, for like it worked like as a password for us. So when we try to access the instance from WinSCP software, it requires a password, and that key will be used as a password. So as we can see, it is running now. We will connect it using WinSCP software. So like as it shows that what we have done, this is the host name which we will be copying from here. So this will be the host name of a system, and we will copy it from there, and we just take the username. And for password we will click on the advanced option, and just put the EC2 instance key value pair which we have downloaded. So this is the key which we have generated using the putty software and convert into like PPK file, PPK file, and it will be used as a password. So as we are using the free version of EC2 instance, so what we have to do, we have to just copy the code in the directory of that server, and we have to install all the libraries. So that is already being done here, and from the putty we try to connect to that software server, and we have to just run our application. So we will use a simple Python code. Now as we can see, our application is running here, and we just have to copy the address. So now as we can see, the application is running on EC2 server. So here, let's suppose the user will search a product. So now as we can see, it is taking a long time because the Nokia key is not present in database. So it will have to scrape all the data from the Flipkart site and then present it. So on contrary, if we so this work faster because Samsung is already present in the database, so it will produce the result faster. As we can see, Nokia, if we have searched the Nokia as a keyword, it is still now searching and scraping the data from the Flipkart site. We have also developed the functionalities like how much discount is available at this time, and what are all other payment options and availability for the delivery, and all other various details. And so this is they've also used pie chart to show that how many users have given 5 stars and so on. And these are the customers' reviews. Um, so there are total 500 reviews which have been collected for this particular keyword Samsung. And then and from here we can see it shows an image also. And so now it has shown the result like about for it has taken 1 minute to show the all the results for the Nokia phone which we have searched for the first time, and this all result now will be stored in the database, and next time if we search it again it will take like only 10 to 20 seconds to show the results. So we can see this is all the same, that ratings are provided and all the details for the phone are provided. This is a team. Thank you.